Hi everyone, it's Julie at the Paper Bag Lady 1. We have come through the hurricane with, as far as I can see, no damage, no trauma. I expect that we'll probably have some flooding in the area here, but I don't believe it was nearly as bad as they were expecting it to be where I am. So I'm very thankful for that. Of course, the fact that it wasn't bad here probably meant it was worse for some people in other places, so that's not good. But anyway, I hope that everybody is doing okay and has come through all right. But here I am today. I am going to show you what I did with myself yesterday, and that was to make this mini album. This is done using the Tim Holtz paper stash, the seasonal stash, the Christmas ones. So I thought I would show you. Actually, this is the one that, if you saw my video of the junk journal that my friend Cody sent me, this is what was in the background when I was filming that video. So here we go. So it's a standard paper bag album, 6x6, that my mother sewed together for me. And on the end here I have some rusty jingle bells, some which I bought, oh sorry, bad light, some which I bought rusted and some which I attempted to rust myself, which didn't quite work as well as I'd hoped. But anyway, and it's hanging from some hemp. And what I did is I just, probably can't see here, but I poked a slightly larger hole through right where the sewing machine needle had poked holes, and strung one string through and then tied it to all of the other ones to get the jingle bells. And on the front here, these are some Prima poinsettias, and these are some Wild Orchid Crafts foundations flowers that I coffee dyed. Here's another old jingle bell and just some snowflake brads. This down here is some cotton crocheted, it's not technically trim. What it actually is the outside edge of one of the big tablecloths that I cut up, and I saved the outside part and used it for some trim. And then this here is it's like a punched tin, if you can see that there, sort of a punched tin Christmas ornament. And I actually believe this is the back, because this is the dimensional side, like you can feel all the pokies on it. But I got this at my favorite little thrift store, probably for a quarter or 30 cents or something like that. Thought it worked pretty well on the cover there. So we'll go inside. And I'm going to actually set this down. I think it might be easier. There. And maybe we'll, I don't think I can zoom, oops, sorry, I don't think I can zoom in anymore. So let me come down a little bit. There we go. So, here we are. They all are done with pockets made out of crocheted lace, and I just glued along the bottom and on the sides to make the pocket. And you can sort of see a little bit of the shininess of the dried glue there, which is not my favorite thing, but I haven't figured out a better way to do it yet. So for now, that works. And inside the pocket, we have a photo mat and then other random things stuck in there. Like this is a piece from an old Christmas card. Whoops, I could probably adhere that a little bit better, but this is the way it came. Tuck that in here. There's another Prima poinsettia, and this is one of those tin snowflakes I got at one of my antique malls. I love them. I have to go back for more, I think. And over here we have another photo mat, and then we have a little journaling spot tag, and then this could be used for journaling on the back or to put a picture. This is actually an ATC background, and both of these came from Seneca Pond Crafts. I love her images. I love them. So those both came from there. And here we have coffee dyed flower and the poinsettia with the jingle bell. And this here, this Happy Holidays Christmas ticket, you'll see those tickets throughout too. Those also came from Seneca Pond Crafts. So anyway, moving on. Next page, I did these pockets on the side. And so then these are clipped at the bottom to keep it from falling out. And here's another one of those ATCs. Here we have, this is a very old, like, it's a heavy, it's not cardstock, but it's a heavier paper. So somewhere in between cardstock and, no, not cardstock, chipboard. It's not chipboard, but it's like a little heavier than a cardstock. So somewhere in between a heavy cardstock and a chipboard is what this is. These are old ornaments that I had gotten at an antique mall somewhere, once upon a time, I don't even remember where. So we have that there. And some more little flowers and whatnot. Over here we have another of the journaling spots, and then this right here, this Christmas, well, part of it says Christmas tree ornaments, actually came from an old vintage box of Christmas ornaments that I got in a stash of stuff at a flea market once for like $1, and I kept the balls and used them on the tree, and then the box was falling apart, so I just sort of ripped it apart and thought I'd use it in here. And over here we have some more flowers, and this little embossed ornament came from the same container that these poinsettias came from. They were my favorite flower. They came in the little round metal tin, and they're several years old from Prima, and they don't make them anymore, and I must have bought like 10 of them when they were on clearance at Michael's because I love them so much. Next page, more pockets, more flowers. This is it looks like a bingo chip, but it's actually from Lotto. So we have the 25, and this is an old coaster that I picked up at a flea market. You might remember I had those before, or when I showed them in the video. Another journaling spot, and then this is just a vintage image that I printed. You could put a picture on the back or write on it, or just leave it in there because it's cute. And next page, again, my albums, I've said this before, they all tend to be very much the same. Once you get inside, there's really not that huge variation from page to page. So we have here, this is another piece from a Christmas card or maybe a magazine or something. I don't know. It was in a bunch of vintage things that I had. It might have come from my in-laws. It might have come from an old scrapbook. I can't remember for sure. And over here is another one of those ornaments, like the candy cane, along with the tin snowflake, an ATC, and a journaling spot. And then on the last page, we have another journaling spot in the ATC. Here we have a metal sleigh that was an ornament that, again, I got at my local thrift store. And I just took the string off that hung it and tied it to this lace, and then added the little poinsettia things. Mo, are you proud of me? I'm using metal. We got metal in this album. All kinds. Maybe not quite to the extent that you do, but it's there. Yay! And then over here we have a vintage Christmas card. This one was from 1920, it looks like. And then some more of these little tickets that came from Seneca Pond Crafts. And there's the back. And so that is my fun, kind of grungy, vintage Christmas mini. Now, I will also show you another one that I finished yesterday. I had started it the day before, and this is probably as different can be from this first one. And this second one, this first one, this is very me. I love this style. The second one, this is not something I would ever see and want for myself. Not that it's horrible, but it's not me. But, I've said before, because I do craft shows and sell my work, I have to do a lot of different styles. So this one is something that would be more probably appropriate to put pictures of your kids or your grandkids in, but I just wanted to show you, what you can do with things that you find. So these are some very old die cuts that came from A.C. Moore. Years ago I bought them. I think they had packs of them on clearance for 10 cents, and I bought a boatload of them because I love holly. And buttons, and then this is a tag. It's a gift tag that had the ho ho ho, and I stamped Santa on there and put the gold bow on it. And then inside what we did was we have the pockets with the photo mats, and then this is what I wanted to show you, was these little doodads that open up, and I stamped something inside, and you could journal in there or put another picture. But what this actually is Christmas gift tags. I bought them at my Dollar Tree. They came in a big red package, and they had like 6 different kinds in it, and they're sparkly ones, and I have some other ones that are more shiny, metallic, just all different kinds. But that is what I used in here, and just attached them. I glued them and then added a little brad in the appropriate color at the top. And, I stamped things that sort of coordinate, like this one's Oh Christmas Tree, and there's a tree on the front, and this one I think said Dear Santa. So, that is what this album is. More holly and more ornaments. This one has snowflakes, and I used, I think it's a Spellbinders die, these snowflakes, and then just added the snowflake buttons in the center. And on here we have some mittens, and those are the same mittens, or they're mittens from the same type of thing that those holly die cuts came from. And then I just took some wire and twisted it together and attached it to the top to kind of look like the mittens, when the kids have them on the strings and they go through the coat sleeve so that they don't fall off. So that's kind of what I was going for there. But again, we have more of these sparkly gift tags. And then finally at the end we have more snowflakes and the buttons and the sparkly gift tags. So, two very different albums. And again, I certainly, for myself, prefer this type. However, this type of thing also has sold very well for me because people love to show off their kids or their grandkids and stuff like that, and that's great for pictures for that sort of thing. So, that gives you an idea of what I've been up to here while we were busy having a storm, and I hope everyone is having a great week, and thanks so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.